Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about what happens when we have Ketu placed in the 12th house in your birth chart. So before I get into all that good stuff, I'd just like to let you guys know that I am a Vedic astrologer. I do Vedic astrology readings professionally, and I've been doing that for a few years now. So if you're interested in anything that I have to offer, then you can go to gebotheshaman.com right down here, and you can see all my products, courses, services, everything that I have to offer up here, and we will get into it. So, alright, so what is Ketu in the 12th house? So in order to understand this placement, we need to understand what Ketu means, and then we'll talk about what the 12th house means. We'll put those things together and create our own analysis from that. So, what is Ketu? Well, in order to understand Ketu, we need to understand what Rahu means. Rahu. So what is Rahu? Rahu is the head of the demon or asura. In Vedic mythology, an asura just means he wants to just means like an earthly deity. It's not a demon in the Christian sense. It's not in anything to do with that. But it's just to someone who wants to, like a being that wants to enjoy the material world and earthly pleasures, earthly desires, things like that. So that's what Rahu wants to do. However, what happened to Rahu is he got his head chopped off because he was trying to drink the nectar of immortality, the soma, I think. So anyway, so now we have what's called Rahu, which is the head, and Ketu, which is the body. Rahu is the north node of the moon, and Ketu is the south node of the moon. So Rahu wants to go into the world, and Ketu says, yeah, I've been there, I've done that, it was no fun, so I'm just gonna pursue spirituality. So Rahu wants to go into the world, and Ketu wants to come out of it. He says, okay, I'm done with that. That was enough. And so both of these nodes of the moon are dissatisfied. Rahu is dissatisfied because he's trying to consume everything in the material world, and nothing satisfies him. He's not, meaning that everything falls out of his neck. He doesn't have a stomach. He doesn't have the capability to feel satiated and whole. Instead, he just eats and eats and eats, and everything falls out. So Ketu, on the other hand, he has a body but no head. In other words, his wanting, his desire to have an identity on this world, to have a identity, personality, things like that, like identity. His desire to have that was cut off. So he has no identity. He wants to not be in the physical universe, but or physical earth world, but he wants to go to the spiritual world. He wants to be out of earth. And so he wants to meditate, he wants to devote his life to spirituality, meditation, mantras, rituals, yoga, all kinds of things. So that's what Ketu wants to do. He wants to be at peace. He wants to be at one with the universe. So then we have the 12th house. Now the 12th house is the house of spirituality. The deepest spirituality is found in the 12th house. So, the 12th house represents also bed pleasures, like sexual activity, sleep, losses, so, what you give away, what you give of yourself, it's losses. It's like in bed pleasure, we're giving away ourselves, our energy to another. So it represents losses. It represents dreams and spirituality, like dreams, like prophetic dreams, psychic intuition, just coming into, like, just having connection and awareness with the other realms of existence, other, worlds, other, spirituality, other beings besides, human beings, like the bodhisattvas and ascended masters, things like that. So that's what the 12th house represents. So, it also represents long distance travels, pilgrimages, like international travels, foreign travels, anything that you're not familiar with. This represents that. So, Ketu in the 12th house. What does that mean? So someone with Ketu in the 12th house means this placement gives you extreme desire for spiritual achievement, spiritual enlightenment, spiritual achievement, some kind of deep, like a deep desire for spiritual fulfillment. So it's said that in the texts, in the Vedic texts, people with this position are bound for moksha, enlightenment, to basically achieve self-actualization, self-realization, like a complete understanding of yourself. So anyway, it's a really awesome position for spirituality and things like that. So let me see how I am on time. Good. Alright, so this is a great position for just becoming, a spiritual person. So what happens is there's also this sense of dissatisfaction with spirituality. So this means that spirituality is like, you have to make it personal. You have to make it like your version of spirituality. So so there's some dissatisfaction here, actually. So what Rahu wants to do is take you into the intellect. And the thing about the spirituality is that it doesn't involve the intellect. The intellect is something that keeps you here in 3D. You know, when you're driving down the road, you're using your intellect, because your intellect says, okay, in order to be safe, we have to drive on the right side of the road. Or if you're in Australia, the left side of the road. So, that depends on the continent that you're on, the system that you're using. So it's all a intellectual concept of which side of the road to drive on. You know, monkeys don't have an intellect, so they just drive wherever. You know, if you allow them to drive a car, they would just drive wherever. So, Rahu, if Ketu isn't in your 12th house, Rahu is in your 6th house. So Rahu has this desire for intellectual knowledge. So you might be pulled to your Rahu things. So Virgo, providing daily service to others. 6th house. Diet, nutrition, providing service to others, daily habits, daily routines. So how you combine this is you do your spiritual practices every single day, and you do, spiritual routines, yoga, mantra, meditation, qigong, kundalini yoga, things like that. And you do that every day. So that's Ketu in the 12th house is saying that, so this is a really good position for achieving that spiritual fulfillment. That my dog is at the door. Moksha, spiritual enlightenment, fulfillment, things like that. So anyway, guys, this makes you a highly spiritual person, and I hope that you have gotten something from what I've said today, because I feel like I'm rambling, but yeah. Anyway, guys, so that's it for me. So if you want to check out all my courses, all my products, all my services, check out GeboTheShaman.com, and all those things are on sale right now, so you can check those out. And then we have the Cosmic Qigong course, which is right here, and the Self-Transformation course, which is right here. So both of these courses are extremely powerful. They are very simple practices, but the simplicity is that, it doesn't have to be complicated. The simplest practices are the most powerful. Simple things done every day breed extraordinary results. Consistency breeds, extraordinary results. So if you do these things every single day without fail, try it for 90 days and see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? So these courses are designed to transform you on the deepest psychological levels and make you more self-aware and things like that. So it's really an amazing program. Or programs, both of these. I would highly recommend Self-Transformation Challenge because that combines Kundalini Yoga, Qigong, and meditation, and the lightning energy of the heart center, the Shen energy. And then we have the Astrology certification course, so if you are interested in astrology and you just don't know how to go about that, you should get my Astrology certification course, because that basically takes you through step A through step Z of how I give an astrology reading. It's like everything that you need to know to do a reading and to actually do that as a professional. So, a professional Vedic astrologer. So, not only that, you'll get all the information, but also you'll get PDFs and guides and templates and things like that. I couldn't make it any easier if I tried. so check that out, guys. And yeah, and when you pass my certification exam, I will give you your own website so you can start making money as an astrologer. And I'll set that up for you and everything. And then we have the astrology consultations. I do have my standard astrology consultation, as well as astrology relationship readings and astrology career readings. So looking at your chart and determining your best career and your the things that'll happen with your relationships and things like that. So check that out at gebotheshaman.com. Alright, and then we have the birth time rectification. So that is great for people who don't know their exact birth time, and that's more common than not. So I ask you some very simple questions, and it takes me a while, but I do get your birth time down to the span of 1 minute. So I do nail it down to the minute that you were born. So that's something that not a lot of astrologers can say. So there's that. And then we have the career coaching and life coaching, so check that out. That's definitely, a lot of my clients say great things about my coaching sessions, because, I just remind you of who you are. You are God. You can make this reality a playground for you. You can make it whatever you want in your own individual personal experience. So there's that. And then we have the trauma healing course, as well as distance energy healing. So the trauma healing course is available on my Patreon. You can see it right here, patreon.com/GeboTheShaman. And you go there and you purchase that course. And I am working on making shamanic trauma healing meditations. So that's all some great stuff that's coming soon down the pipe. So then we have the distance energy healing, which ties into the trauma healing and things like that, because in my opinion, I am not a medical expert, but in my opinion, 99% of all diseases and illnesses and things like that are caused by emotional issues. So because you are holding on to things and not letting them go, they then decide, oh, well, she or he is not letting me go, so I'm going to manifest as a physical illness. Because why? Because emotions are energy. So when you trap energy and don't let it flow, it has no choice but to manifest as something else. So that's what the distance energy healing helps you to do, is to heal your emotions. So when we tap into those, then all kinds of things come up, and it's very healing. So that's pretty much what I do, like everything that I do is to heal you on an emotional and psychological level, even astrology. Alright, so that's it for me, guys. So if you're interested in anything that I have to offer you, then please go to GeboTheShaman.com, and we will talk to you next time. Peace. Take care, guys, and we will see you next time.